Welcome to Purple Banditos, and welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon HeartGold. I'm PurpleRodri. In the last episode, we did the Celebi special event, as well as took on Giovanni in the past. In today's episode, we are going to be catching the two remaining legendary runners who accompanied Suicune when we first bumped into it. Now, if you go down here to the Pokegear, you can see a blue sprite, which is Raikou, and a red one at the top, which is Entei, and those are the two we're going to be chasing down today. Now, I'm actually here in Goldenrod City because this is a really good spot that I found where you can go in and out of the gates and actually make them change locations. So that's where I'm going to be doing it, here in this little place. You know, these Pokemon are kind of tricky to catch, so, you know, it takes some time to do it. I'm actually coming to you guys from the future because it took me about an hour and a half to catch these Pokemon. It took a lot of time and a lot of effort, and believe me, if you're going to do this, you better be prepared because these Pokemon are a handful. Now, I went ahead and ran through the grass, finally bumped into the first one, and it was Entei. At long last, after going in and out of those gates, we finally bumped into the first of these legendaries. Now, Entei's a fire type, so I wasn't worrying a little bit too much. I just went for the mean look, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, this should be good. I should be able to do it nicely. What I did not realize was that I was going to have a hard time, you know, putting this Pokemon, weakening it down a little bit, and, you know, hoping that I don't KO it. As you'll be able to see, I went for the fly first of all. I was thinking, you know, the fly might work well. It might be pretty good to use against this Pokemon, but then I actually got it to the yellow zone, and I was worried because since I'm level 60, 20 levels up on this Entei, I was pretty sure I was going to KO it. Now, another difficulty about this is, as you can see, I use Veloce because of the mean look, but the downfall to that is that these legendary dogs know Roar. Roar makes your Pokemon flee, it makes it run away, and then you're screwed having to go back in and out through those gates and finding it again, and that's what really makes this difficult. I was even surprised that here bumping into Entei for the first time, I was able to throw so many Ultra Balls at it, because usually, you know, they'll throw a flamethrower at you, and then, you know, after your mean look, of course, and then they'll probably use the Roar the next move. That's kind of what happens a lot, as you'll be able to see here very quickly. I was also a little bit nervous that Yellow Zone wasn't going to be enough to catch this Entei, but, you know, we'll see how things turn out. So the Entei went for the Roar, so I'm going ahead, and we're flying through here and going to the time where I actually caught it. Now, as you can see, I actually had thrown a couple Ultra Balls beforehand. It did take me a couple tries to bump into it and to do all this sorts of stuff, and it was a little bit difficult, but as you can see, I finally caught the Entei. It was caught. Fantastic. At long last, we got it, and we are adding its stuff into the Pokedex, because that's what you do when you catch legendaries. We actually are going to go ahead and give it a nickname as well. I'm going to call it something cool. I've been going with a lot of Firebender avatar names, and I went ahead and named it Mako. I thought that was a very fitting name for it, so I went ahead and named it that. Now, we're going to go to the time where I actually bump into the second legendary, which is Raikou. Now, this one is the one that I was a little bit worried about. That was going to give me a little bit more trouble because it is actually an electric type. It's got a type advantage against our Veloce, making things a little bit difficult. It could probably kill us, you know, if we don't do it correctly. I went ahead and used the mean look. It's very, very difficult to bump into these guys. Raikou is probably the one that I had the most trouble running around with. You know, actually having to find. It took me a lot longer to find Raikou once it was alone than when there were both Entei and Raikou out. So, you know, I went for the bite. It weakened it down perfectly, got it into the red zone. A lot better than Entei already. So, you know, things were looking up. Things were looking up. I was like, you know what? It might not take me so long to catch this legendary Pokemon for once. I might be good. I might be able to catch it here with some luck in an Ultra Ball, the first encounter I have with it. But as luck would have it, it was not too much in my favor, as I'm probably thinking it's the same way for you guys when you go against these legendaries for the first time. You know, it's pretty tricky. It's pretty hard to catch them in the first couple tries, and you know, it takes quite a bit of time to be able to catch them. So I went ahead and kept throwing the Ultra Balls on this Raikou. No luck whatsoever. Did not have much luck, so it used the Roar on me. And now we're going to go to the time where I finally capture it after over an hour of running around in Johto. There we go. The Ultra Ball has been launched. This Pokemon has been ridiculously hard to catch. I'm pretty sure these two are the last runners in the game. Thank goodness, won't have to worry about running around Johto and catching these dudes any longer, which makes me very, very happy and excited. Raikou's data was added to the Pokedex. Woo! Whoop-diddy-doo for us. It is an electric type. It is a thunder Pokemon, and we are actually going to give it a nickname as well. Now, since this one gave me a little bit more trouble, I'm going to name it a villain because of how hard and how much of a pain in the butt it was. We're going to call it Azula, and there we go. It's been transferred to Bill's PC. Woo! That was quite something, having to catch those 2 legendaries. I'm glad those are done and over with. We will be catching the legendary birds still very soon. I'm pretty sure we can catch those now. Let me know if you guys know that. I think we can catch them now, and if we can, we'll probably be doing that very, very soon. There's still a couple more special events I want to take care of as well, so we'll be doing those in the future. Then we still have a couple incredible battles to do. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any tips, let me know. These legendaries are crazy, and I'm going to need them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.